Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down my track Be Myself, which was released in August on NCS. So I'm just going to quickly run through how I made the main elements of the track. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So first of all, I started off with the drop. So with most of my tracks, like I start off with the drop elements first. The main thing I started with was this drum loop. So that gave me this drum beat. And then just added like a load of tiny little details with percussion and stuff. So stuff like this here, this little growl keeps it interesting. And there's loads of little fills and stuff like that throughout. So yeah, the main part of the drop is these saw chords, which are literally just two sounds in Serum. The main sound is this one, and it's a very like cheesy sounding saw. It's literally just a cashmere chord sound layered with this saw sound, which is literally again just a preset called Cheesy Lame, so it's kind of like a cheesy chord sound. And there's a little pitch automation at the beginning of the drop where it comes in here. And that is just like processed in a way to make it really upfront. So without the processing, it sounds like this. Very dry and like a sharp release, like it lets go straight away. Basically just adding compression and reverb, and there's some little reverb automations and sweeps, so the chords sweep into where the snare is, which if I play the snare you'll hear. After that I layered this bass there, which is literally just 808 again in Serum, the same sub I used for my remix of Apologize, and then a couple more bass layers which are just more gritty bass layers, and again these are processed with probably quite a lot of distortion, just taking the low end out so it doesn't clash with the sub, and again that's processed super weirdly. I've done some weird EQing there. I must have just thought there was an area where it needed some more frequencies to fill it up. Yeah, altogether the synths sound like this. So you might have noticed there all the synths are on a bus, and that bus has a DGM filter on it, so they're just filtering down at the end there. And then at the end of the drop, there's also this effect. So there's a panamatic, which gives it a tremolo effect at the end of the drop, and it makes it more interesting while it filters down, and that filters really nicely into the break. There's a couple more synth layers in the drop. These are just little fillers, just to fill up space. So yeah, there's a little chord layer with a gross beat on it, which is just a gate. And then also these brass sounds, so they add more impact. So yeah, the drop itself is pretty simple. There's not loads of layers. The only thing that I added after that was the vocal. So the vocal obviously tied the drop together. I actually started this song with a different vocal and decided it worked best with this. So yeah, it sounds like this with the vocal. I'll quickly explain the breakdown and the build. So the first and second break in this song are super similar. They're very simple. I wanted the emphasis of this song to be on the vocal and the chord progression building up. I didn't want to make it too complicated. So the main sound in this is just this pluck sound, which I believe is in Serum, and it has a automation for the cutoff, so it's just opening up throughout the break. We've got this lead layer, which is just complementing the chords, and again that's filtered. And then we've got this bass layer, And you can hear the main lead filtering up there and the quarter filtering down, which makes it less empty for the build, so it transitions nicely. So yeah, the breaks are really simple. We've also got this layer which is just a sub, and then you've just got your kick and your snare. And a few ambient effects such as this. Little cymbal transition, another little transition sound, and this more ambience. And then yeah, this little vocal which I cut up and looped just to add some more atmosphere in the break. Altogether, the break sounds like this with the vocal.
Let me escape from this love, 'cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you.
So the build again is just very simple, not loads of elements. There's this bass sound which is being filtered in. Yeah, that's literally the only synth sound playing there. And it's just some atmosphere strings and other stuff. And then in the second half of the build, as well as the bass, the chords from the drop start filtering in. And then there's also piano. We have a bunch of different percussion and stuff going on, just to build it up. And again, more ambience, a long sweep. The second break and build are pretty much the same. There's a section where it opens up before the build. And then it goes into the same build, but instead of the drum coming in the second half of the build, they come in straight away, and there's also the breakbeat loop underneath. So that kind of helps drive this build forward more. And the only thing different really in the second drop is there's some more percussion coming in straight away, just to drive it forward a bit more, as you can hear down here. The outro part has this chop on, so it's basically the main part of the drop without the chords and this little vocal chop. It's literally just the main vocal cut up, so it's got some camel crusher, some distortion, a gross beat, which is just a gate, and then reverb and EQ. So without processing, it sounds like this. And then without the gross beat, it sounds like this, which puts it more in the mix, and then we add the gross beat and it gives it more movement. As you can see here, I've set the bleeding to smooth, just so the transients don't click when you cut vocals. So if you didn't know that in FL, that's a really useful thing you can do to stop transient clicks within your tracks. So yeah, apart from that, the vocal just carries on. There's little vocal chops with the Let Me Be Myself. That's the whole track. So if you guys have any questions about anything I didn't explain in this video, drop it down below. I want to do more breakdowns of more tracks soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.